Liberty Safe is in hot water. This is a gun safe manufacturing company. They manufacture really nice gun safes. People say they're the best in the industry. Well, they might be getting canceled by all of the conservatives across America because of what they did recently. They actually have worked with the FBI in giving access to a person's safe when they were under investigation for January 6th. Let's take a look at this tweet. This is from Colin Rugg. He says, new America's top gun safe manufacturer, Liberty Safe, gave the FBI an access code to a safe owned by someone who was present at the January 6th protest. We have officially found the Bud Light of gun safes. Enjoy going out of business, Liberty Safe Inc. So probably people are going to stop buying their gun safes. They say he says the situation gets even worse. On August 30th, the FBI raided the owner of the safe, Arkansas man Nathan Hughes, who is a friend of the Hodge twins. Not only did they access his safe, but the FBI also allegedly turned off his security cameras and held his girlfriend at gunpoint. In a statement, Liberty Safe confirmed that they gave the FBI Hughes code. And let's read their statement. They actually came out with a statement. We do have some video footage of the FBI raid. We can go ahead and see here. This is what they did. You know, they were raiding these guys. So this is somebody, Nathan Hughes is being investigated for J6. And a lot of people experience the same sort of treatment. A lot of people came out on Facebook who witnessed this video, and then they said, oh, this happened to me. You know, I was also at the J6 protest, and FBI raided my home. And so this was definitely the treatment of a lot of people. Liberty Safe did come out with a statement, and they said on August 30th, 2023, Liberty Safe was contacted by the FBI requesting the access code to the safe of an individual for whom they had a warrant to search their property. Our company protocol is to provide access codes to law enforcement if a warrant grants them access to a property. After receiving the request, we received proof of the valid warrant, and only then did we provide them with an access code. Liberty Safe had no knowledge of any of the details surrounding the investigation at the time. Liberty Safe is devoted to protecting the personal property and Second Amendment rights of our customers and has repeatedly denied requests for access codes without a warrant in the past. We do not give out combinations without proper legal documentation being provided by authorities. We regularly update our policies to ensure both compliance with federal and state law and reasonable consumer privacy protections within the law. First and foremost, Liberty Safe is committed to preserving our customers' rights, and we will remain unwavering in those values. Yeah, well, this is really not good. Even Apple will not unlock an iPhone for terrorists. This is for them to say, well, if law enforcement provides a warrant, which, by the way, is not a warrant to Liberty Safe, it's a warrant to the property. And then they're calling the company Liberty Safe, who is not being issued a warrant. And they're saying, hey, there just happens to be one of your safes sitting at this property where we have a warrant to search, and we can't get into the safe. So will you give us the access codes? Liberty Safe could say, no, do you have a warrant for us? Do you have a court order towards us for us to have to provide you with the code? And even then, Apple has fought those court orders. Apple has said, sorry, we're not complying. We're going to fight these things. So if you remember the San Bernardino shooting, this was Syed Farouk. He was one of the two shooters in the San Bernardino attack. And this is when Apple, they were requested by the FBI, went to them and said, we've got an iPhone. The two gunmen of the San Bernardino terrorist attack smashed their personal iPhones, but one of them, Syed Farouk, had a work iPhone. And it had a passcode on it that after 10 tries, if you got it wrong, it would erase the iPhone. So the FBI, after realizing this, contacted Apple and said, we want you to help us hack into this iPhone so that we can see all of the, information. And this is somebody who's killed 14 people. This isn't just, hey, somebody who was protesting at January 6th. This was somebody who had killed 14 people and was deemed a terrorist by the FBI and by the nation and the news at large. And Apple's Tim Cook said, sorry, we're not doing it. This is an invasion of civil liberties and privacy, and we're not going to do that. You're going to have to find another way. Tim Cook said at the time, he said, He said, of course we don't side with terrorists. He said, we of course, we're not sympathetic to terrorists. But he says, at stake is the data security of hundreds of millions of law-abiding people and setting a dangerous precedent that threatens everyone's civil liberties. So they have refused time and time again. They even refused, even recently with the Pensacola shooter attack. They also refused to hack into that phone for the FBI. They said, you're going to have to find another way. And the FBI eventually did find another way for this. In this particular case, for Saeed Farouk, they finally were able to hack into the phone. They used a third-party company that developed a software that allowed them to get into the phone. And guess what they found? Nothing. They found nothing in that phone. And Tim Cook and Apple says, look, we live in an era where everything you have is on your iPhone. I mean, all of your photos, your contacts, there's so much information. Your whole life is on your iPhone. We can't just be going and you haven't even been convicted of the crime, right? This is just an investigation. And they could just come and say, you're under investigation. So now we want to get access into all of your phone. We want to, and Apple's going to give that information. Those of us that rely on them to keep our data safe and secure. I mean, a safe company. The irony of this for Liberty Safe to then say, to not even have the guts that Apple, right, a more liberal company, Silicon Valley, Tim Cook, who's like a Democratic supporter, right? You've got Apple having the guts, the balls to say no to the FBI. We're not turning over users' data. We don't care what the circumstances are. I'm sorry, a terrorist attack. That's the most extreme of extremes. And yet Apple said, no, we're not going to do it. Liberty Safe, whose customer base are a bunch of conservatives in the middle of America. And what does Liberty Safe do? Oh, sure. You need the codes to someone's safe who you're just investigating. They haven't been convicted of a crime. You just happen to have a warrant that, by the way, doesn't include our name. No court is ordering us to give you those codes. But you know what? You got a warrant for their property. So, okay, here you go. Here you go. Yeah, that company's going under. That company's going under. I don't see them lasting through this if there's enough noise that's made. This is pretty bad. Why would you trust a company, a safe company, the irony of that? Why would you trust a safe company to keep your stuff safe? And then they're just going to give your codes to the FBI. Now, these safes have backup codes. This is how, these are digital safes. And so if a user forgets their code, they can call the company. The company has a way to access the safe and open it up without, if you forget your code. And that's how they were able to do it in this particular instance. It was like the backup code that the FBI requested, and Liberty Safe gave it up. So just really, that company, I don't see them lasting. I don't see them lasting very long. That's probably it for Liberty Safe. But really, there is a dangerous precedent that is being set, and Tim Cook is right. If you're just going to hand over codes to the FBI every time they're holding an investigation, they could choose to investigate any one of us at any time for any reason. They can accuse any of us of a crime. They don't even have to have much evidence, if any evidence at all. They can just accuse us of crimes because they don't like us. I mean, we've seen them doing this to Donald Trump, for example, accusing him of all kinds of really weird crimes. And then when you read through the actual indictment, you're like, this is considered a crime. I mean, this is just being an American, being able to and same with J6 protesters. This is your American right. It should be your American right to protest the government, to question an election. This should be your democratic American right. And yet it has been criminalized in both of those cases, Donald Trump and this J6 protester. And the FBI could just say, we find you to be a criminal because of this protest. And now we want access to your iPhone. We want access to your safe. We want access to your computers. We want everything. And you're going to have to give it to us. And luckily, there's some companies saying no. But wow, Liberty Safe not having the guts. Pretty crazy. All right, guys. Many ask me how I deal with reading the news each day and how I don't let all of the crap stress me out and keep me awake at night. Well, the truth is it does. But I've now discovered a hack, BioOptimizer's Magnesium Breakthrough. Magnesium is known to relax the central nervous system and cause chemical reactions in the body that de-stress and promote a good night's sleep. But you don't want to just take any magnesium supplement. Unlike other magnesium supplements that might be giving you 1 or 2 forms of magnesium, Magnesium Breakthrough contains all 7 forms of magnesium designed to help calm your mind and help you fall asleep, stay asleep, and wake up refreshed. Over 75% of the population is magnesium deficient. And what most people don't know is that even if they're taking a magnesium supplement, they're still deficient because they're not getting all 7 forms. In addition to experiencing relaxed sleep, Magnesium Breakthrough also helps improve digestion, it supports muscle recovery, and supports healthy bone density. So go to magbreakthrough.com/Iversen for 10% off. Trust me, your body and your brain are going to thank you. Again, that's MAGA. I was about to say MAGA. I was in my mind with that. magbreakthrough.com/Iversen and use the promo code Iversen during checkout to save 10%.